And I actually went back and looked because of all these narratives that are going crazy online about when I told my mom I wasn't going to play the game. 4:47, and you guys found out at 5:20. So one of the most important people in my life found out 40 minutes before you guys.
Just in, Caitlin Clark snaps at haters and reveals the real reason she was benched. You have probably seen the headlines. You have probably read the tweets. The internet has been absolutely on fire over the last few days with crazy theories, wild speculation, and completely fabricated narratives about why Caitlin Clark suddenly missed her game. People were saying she was protesting. People were saying she had a secret falling out with the coaching staff. People were even saying she was faking an injury to get out of playing. The noise was deafening, and the rumors were spreading like wildfire across every single social media platform. But now, Caitlin Clark has finally stepped up to the microphone, and she did not hold back. She completely shut down the media, exposed the lies, and gave us a brutally honest look into the immense physical and mental toll that her rookie season is taking on her. Today, we are breaking down everything she said in her explosive pregame media availability before the matchup against the Golden State Valkyries, because what she revealed changes everything we thought we knew about her current situation. Let us start with the biggest elephant in the room, the missed game on Wednesday. The media tried to spin this as some massive conspiracy, a sudden disappearance act that no one saw coming. But Caitlin brought the receipts. She was asked to take the reporters through her Tuesday and Wednesday, and her response was an absolute masterclass in shutting down fake news. She sarcastically noted that she was hoping someone would ask her that question, proving she came completely prepared to set the record straight. She explained that she woke up on Tuesday, went to the facility, and got treatment just like she has done for countless practices before. She had every single intention of playing. She did not give anyone any indication that she was going to sit out. She approached Wednesday as if it was a normal game day, but then she woke up feeling sore. Not broken, not devastated, just sore. But in professional sports, especially when you are the franchise player, soreness is a warning sign. She texted the training staff. She texted her personal physiotherapist. And then, in a moment of pure sass and frustration with the microscopic level of attention paid to her every move, she even offered to tell the reporters exactly what she ate for breakfast. She had a filet, 2 eggs over medium, potatoes, and 2 blueberry waffles with butter and syrup. Why would she share something so incredibly specific? Because she is mocking the ridiculous overanalysis of her life. She is showing them that her routine was completely normal, right down to the syrup on her waffles. After that completely normal breakfast, she had physical therapy at home. She arrived at the facility around 1 in the afternoon and tried to do absolutely everything she could to get ready. She got on the court. She lifted weights. She went through a hard, grueling workout to test her body. She wanted to play. But here is where she delivered the absolute knockout punch to the online rumors. She said she actually went back and looked at her phone because of all the crazy narratives spreading online about when she decided not to play. The internet claimed she left her team in the dark, that she made a selfish, last-minute decision. Caitlin looked right at the reporters and gave them the exact timestamps. She texted her mom, one of the most important people in her life, to tell her she was not going to play at exactly 4:47 p.m. The media, the people spreading the rumors, found out at 5:20 p.m. Her mother knew a mere 40 minutes before the rest of the world. This completely destroys the narrative that she was hiding something or planning a secret exit. It was a game day decision based purely on how her body responded to the afternoon workout. But the physical soreness is only half of the story here. The real revelation, the part that is truly heartbreaking and eye-opening, is the mental battle she is fighting right now. When asked who made the final call for her not to play, she admitted that at the end of the day, it comes down to her and her own confidence in her body. She trusts the medical staff. She trusts her personal team. But the mental aspect of returning from soft tissue injuries is taking a massive toll on her. She mentioned speaking extensively with her sports psychologist. Let that sink in. The most talked about, most hyped women's basketball player on the planet is actively working with a sports psychologist just to cope with the trauma of repeated injuries. She said that coming back from 3 soft tissue injuries is a very real mental challenge. She pointed out a crucial flaw in how fans and the media view her. Everyone expects her progress to be a straight line pointing straight up. They expect her to be perfect, invincible, and constantly improving without any setbacks. But she stated bluntly that healing and athletic progress do not work like that. It is a series of peaks and valleys. She is playing against the absolute best players in the entire world. If she does not feel 100% confident in her body, especially only 5 games into a long, grueling season, it simply is not worth the risk. Her ultimate goal is to play all 44 games in the season. She desperately wants to be out there for her team and her fans. She is putting her body in the best possible position to do that. But she confessed that there are moments where she still struggles. She gets in her own head. She feels sore, and that soreness triggers a mental block, a fear of re-injury that is incredibly difficult to shake. She urged people to realize that this is just the reality of professional sports. Any athlete, anywhere in the world, in any sport, will tell you the exact same thing. The questions then shifted to the ongoing nature of her back issues. Is this something that is going to plague her for the rest of the season? Caitlin, showing a mix of exhaustion and resilience, joked that maybe she just needs to be listed as sore on every single injury report moving forward. Her back actually feels good, but she reiterated that she gets in her head. She pleaded for grace. She said she needs to have a little grace with herself, and she needs the public to give her a little bit of grace too. Going through so many physical setbacks becomes traumatizing. It is a strong word to use, traumatizing, but it highlights the immense pressure she is under. She is doing hyperbaric treatments, she is getting dry needling, she is getting massages, she is lifting weights. She is dedicating every waking moment off the court to making sure she can perform on the court. But the mental challenge of simply trusting her body again is her biggest obstacle right now. She was asked about her pain threshold and whether there comes a point where she just has to push through the pain. Her answer showed a lot of maturity and reflection on her past mistakes. She admitted that her decision depends heavily on what part of the season they are in. Early in the season, it is smarter to rest, but she also confessed something very vulnerable. She said that last year, she pushed her limits a little too much at times. She played through pain when she probably should have rested. That memory is still lingering in the back of her mind. She knows how hard she has worked on her body, and she knows she probably does not need to be so fearful, but that fear is her current reality. Despite all of this, she feels great going into the game against the Valkyries. She feels like herself again, and is genuinely excited to be back on the hardwood. The conversation then took a fascinating turn when she elaborated on her strategies for getting out of her own head. How does a superstar deal with this level of mental blockage? She emphasized the importance of being brutally honest with herself. Her sports psychologist has been instrumental in this process. But she also revealed that she has been studying other elite athletes who have gone through similar or even worse injury recovery processes. She specifically brought up NFL superstar running back Saquon Barkley. Saquon suffered a devastating, career-altering knee injury, and the mental battle he had to fight to return to his explosive self is well documented. Caitlin watched a video about Saquon's return to play, focusing on his mental battle, his breath work, and his strategies for getting over the hump. The fact that Caitlin Clark is looking to NFL players who have suffered catastrophic injuries for inspiration shows just how seriously she is taking her mental recovery. It is all about trusting yourself, she said. Knowing you can go out there and perform, but having to break through that mental wall of what-ifs that constantly flood your brain. She knows there will be days where she takes a step backward, but she hopes to take 3 steps forward. She feels surrounded by a great team, both personally and within the Indiana Fever organization, who are pouring everything they have into supporting her. As the press conference wrapped up, the tone shifted to some lighter but equally important off-court news. It was recently announced that Caitlin Clark is going to be the Grand Marshal at the legendary Indy 500 race on Sunday. This is a massive honor, especially for someone who just recently moved to the state. She admitted that she has never been to the Indy 500 before. She noted that whenever you move to Indianapolis, the very first thing everyone tells you is that you absolutely have to experience the Indy 500 at least once in your life. She is thrilled about the opportunity, hoping the rain holds off so she can fully enjoy the spectacle. It is also a rare off day for her and the team, so she is looking forward to spending it with surfers who will also be in attendance. It is a chance for her to step away from the basketball court, step away from the intense media scrutiny, and just enjoy a monumental cultural event in her new home state. Finally, she was asked about a very personal project that has been making waves. It was recently announced that she is releasing a children's book. Now, if you search for Caitlin Clark books online, you will find dozens of unauthorized biographies and cash grab publications trying to capitalize on her fame. But Caitlin made it very clear, with a huge smile on her face, that this is the very first book she has ever actually written herself. She playfully told the cameras to buy this specific book and ignore all the other fake ones out there. The inspiration behind this book is deeply personal and incredibly touching. It is based on a mirror that she grew up with in her childhood bedroom. A mirror that her parents still have in their house to this day. She said you have to buy the book to fully understand the true meaning behind it, but it represents a core part of her childhood and her journey to becoming the player she is today. She is incredibly proud of how it turned out. It is a special message that she wants to share with young kids everywhere. She joked that her parents might never take that mirror down now that it is the subject of a published book. This entire press conference was a massive turning point for Caitlin Clark's relationship with the public and the media. We saw a player who is absolutely exhausted by the constant churning of the rumor mill. We saw a young woman who is dealing with immense physical pain and the psychological trauma that comes with trying to perform at a world-class level while your body is failing you. The detailed breakdown of her breakfast wasn't just a funny anecdote. It was a deliberate statement highlighting the absurdity of the microscope she lives under. The exact timestamps of her text messages were a direct challenge to the journalistic integrity of the people covering her. She is no longer just smiling and nodding through the media sessions. She is setting boundaries. She is demanding grace. She is taking control of her own narrative. When you look at the pressure she is under, it is staggering. She is expected to single-handedly elevate the entire NBA, fill every arena, break every viewership record, and do it all while playing flawless basketball. But the reality, as she so bravely pointed out, is that she is human. Her muscles get sore. Her mind plays tricks on her. She needs sports psychologists and inspiration from other injured athletes just to find the courage to step back onto the court without fear. The comparison to Saquon Barkley is incredibly telling. Saquon relies heavily on explosive movement, rapid changes of direction, and sheer physical dominance. When his knee gave out, he lost his superpower, and gaining the mental trust to use that superpower again took years. Caitlin relies on her unlimited range, her rapid-fire release, and her ability to navigate through heavy traffic and relentless physical defense. When her back and soft tissues act up, every jump shot, every crossover, every physical collision becomes a mental hurdle. The fact that she was willing to be so open about this trauma is a testament to her character. In a sports world that often demands robotic perfection and toxic toughness, Caitlin Clark is showing that true strength is admitting when you are struggling. She is showing the next generation of athletes that it is okay to ask for grace, it is okay to seek mental health support, and it is absolutely necessary to stand up for yourself when the media tries to twist your reality. The upcoming Indy 500 appearance will be a great distraction, a moment of celebration in a season that has been incredibly taxing so far. And her children's book will cement her legacy not just as a basketball phenomenon, but as a role model who wants to inspire kids to look in the mirror and believe in their own potential, just like she did in her childhood bedroom. So the next time a crazy rumor starts trending online about Caitlin Clark, maybe we should all remember this press conference. Maybe we should remember the timestamps, the breakfast order, and the very real human being who is just trying to navigate unprecedented fame and physical challenges. She is going to make mistakes. She is going to have bad games. She is going to need days off. But as she made perfectly clear, she is doing everything in her power to be the best version of herself, for her team, for her fans, and most importantly, for herself. The fake narratives have been destroyed. The truth is out there. Caitlin Clark has snapped back, and the message is loud and clear. Stop the rumors, give her some grace, and let her play the game she loves.